Puerto Vallarta.
Now I have the pillow.
It's comfortable?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, a little bit. Okay.
All right. So,
Hi,
hey, everybody, and welcome back to our newest episode. We are coming to you live from sunny, hot, beautiful, humid, but extremely fun Puerto Vallarta. So today we've been here, I think, a week in a day, I think?
Yeah.
A week and 2 days, right? We're starting our second weekend. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we just want to kind of give our first impressions of the city, what we think, kind of some things we've done, I guess, like we like to do, maybe a little pro and con list to a degree. I'm just going to kind of talk.
Yeah, because I've been talking about the Puerto Vallarta for a long time. Maybe one day I want to move here. So that's why we booked 1 month, 28 days stay in Puerto Vallarta.
Right. So initially we got here, everything was very smooth. It's a very quick flight from Queretaro. I think it's just over an hour. I mean, you're up or you're down, you're here. So that part is great, again, that they do have direct flights from Queretaro.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things that we encountered as soon as we got here was our story about the Airbnb.
Yeah, what a bummer.
I mean, you want to go talk about that?
Yeah, I can talk a little bit because later on we're going to make another full video about it. Includes all the solution, what's really going on. So briefly talk about it is I booked the Airbnb. I showed Rod a few pictures. Of course, he didn't read the whole thing. I was the one take care of the booking. And then we arrived to the Airbnb. The owner's daughter even picked us up at the airport, which was super, super sweet. And then we walked to the apartment. The older lady who lived next door, which is the owner, she welcomed us. She showed us the apartment. She said, everything's okay. But the first feeling Rod asked me is, where is the AC?
Where is the AC?
Like we walked to the living room. It's just humid and hot and muggy. I said, I don't know. And I started looking. Maybe it's not turned on. And I didn't see it. It's a small apartment living room. I didn't see it.
Yeah. And it's like getting punched in the face when you walk into that humidity of the room. It's so hot, so humid. It's just like, oh, we're here.
And I said, maybe I didn't read it. Like that was over 1 month ago when I booked it.
Yeah.
So I don't remember, but I said, that's no way I booked apartment without the AC. Then the landlady left and we walked to the bedroom. I found 2 window units. One is just a very old style window unit. One is more proper, bigger window unit.
Right.
Yeah. And we said, maybe we just open the room, the door.
Cool off a little bit.
Yeah. Because for that case, I cannot complain to the owner. Like, hey, you didn't tell us. It's everything written on the Airbnb page.
Right. But I think then as we kind of settled in, then we kind of started to notice everything else. And again, we'll kind of keep this brief, but we noticed a lot of issues with the house, that we couldn't quite see with the pictures, right? No. The pictures painted a very different picture, aside from the AC, right? And so I think we went ahead and stayed the night. There was air-conditioned rooms. It was fine in the room. But the next day, we are going to be here for a month. We like to cook. We need to work. We have to use our computers. And being able to work in that kind of environment just wasn't going to cut it. So we pretty much decided we had to leave. We talked to the lady. Yeah. Again, very sweet lady and her daughter. We said, you know what? This is not what was advertised in the pictures. Just a lot of little different things that we'll talk about in more detail. We need to kind of come up with a solution. We need to find a new Airbnb. We found a solution. It wasn't probably the best for us. But again, we were kind of stuck in a position where we had to make a decision quickly. Right? So we kind of had to accept a decision that wasn't favorable to us, but it was just to get out of there because we needed a new place. We got a new Airbnb.
Yeah, then we moved,
which is
find this one.
Much better.
Yeah.
A little bit more, but definitely worth the money, right? And then now we're in negotiation with Airbnb and the owner to try to find a better solution, right? Mm-hmm. That makes better for everybody. So that's our Airbnb.
Yeah, that was the first impression.
Now, besides that, Puerto Vallarta, right? The actual city and the fun stuff, right? So what do you think? Puerto Vallarta, what did you think? This is our second time here, so we already had some idea. But our first impression, what did you think when we got here?
It's just a very vacation mode. Most people you'll see they're happy. We went to the Central Square, which has the church there, and they have a night market for food and music on Sunday night. Everybody's dancing. Not everybody, a lot of people are dancing. And we danced. We had a lot of street foods. And the fish tacos here is amazing. We found one just right downstairs.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that we ate with all the locals. That's just amazing. It was really hot. I was sweating like a pig, or whatever word you want to use. I was so sweaty.
Yeah, but it was so good. We've been there twice.
Yeah, we want to go back there.
Oh yeah, I will probably go there many more times.
Yeah,
it's a 5-minute walk, 2-minute walk.
We had a lovely birria soup, which is, if you don't know, birria soup is the stewed beef soup with all the stewed beef in this like fried taco. Oh wow, I want to go back there.
Yeah,
and I was so lucky. Like we picked the romantic zone. There's a romantic zone, which is the food center. We saw so many food tours. Tour guides took people around also in the romantic zone.
Yeah, it's just the romantic zone. For those of you who don't know, it's just kind of the hip, trendy area. I mean, it's so lively. There's so many things going on. You can just kind of walk around, and it does kind of change during night and day. Like during the day, there's more shops open and art galleries, things, and of course a few restaurants. But then at night, it kind of turns into mostly restaurants and the clubs, and it kind of becomes that kind of night vibe.
Yeah, it's also a homosexual zone.
Yeah,
we have to mention that lots of people don't know that.
Right, but for those who don't know, again, the Puerto Vallarta in general, but especially the romantic zone, is very LGBT friendly, right? And so there definitely is a population of that here. And again, you see the clubs and the flags, and so great. But again, it's just, besides that, it's just fun to be here. I mean, it's very, again, like I said, it's very lively. There's great food everywhere. You can just walk anywhere. Anywhere you walk, you smell good food.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we've been disappointed at any restaurant we've been to so far.
Yeah.
Right?
Mostly are good.
Yeah.
I don't remember one.
No, I can't think of one, so far. So I mean, the food here is excellent, and we've pretty much stuck to fish or like Mexican food or tacos. I don't think we've ventured out yet, but we did see the Indian restaurant, maybe.
Oh yeah, there's a few Indian restaurants,
right,
maybe
we passed,
Thai restaurant.
Yeah, we passed one the other night. We were just walking down. There's a little kind of like a vendor market right by the river. It's called the Rio Quale. And it's kind of actually there's a little island in the middle. The river kind of splits around it, and there's a little market there. And then we were walking by, just kind of walking around the evening, and then Landy kind of smelled it first.
Yes, I smell curry.
I smell curry. Something smells very Indian, and I mean, literally, we just turn it up. There it is. Yeah. Rico Indian, right? It was a little Indian restaurant, and actually, it smelled very authentic. So maybe try some Indian food while we're here, especially if we can get some good one. It smelled good. It smelled like legit.
Yeah, they said that Puerto Vallarta is also popular for international cuisines and the food paradise. That's what I read from most videos or articles to talk about it.
Can you tell we like food? The first thing we talk about.
Yeah.
So obviously, food is a big thing here. Again, it is a big part of the culture. Great food, but of course, another reason that people come to Puerto Vallarta is the beaches. Right?
Oh, the beach. The first beach we stayed in the Cinco de Diciembre, which is the area quite in the central area. Yeah, we read the Camarones beach, which is a very local beach. It's like halfly rocky.
Right.
So we took Louie there. And
the first day.
Oh no, it's just not nice not only for me and for the kids, just too rocky. We keep saying, owie, owie, Louie just feels too much pain. Yeah. No, it's not nice to swim there. It's too rocky.
Now again, we only went to 1-2 little sections. Maybe there's different sections out there that maybe people don't. No. Maybe.
Yeah,
obviously we didn't walk to every single part of the whole stretch.
We walked a lot. Right. We walked a lot. It's like halfly rocky, but still rocky. The rocks are still there.
Right. And especially in the water.
Yeah, it's. I don't think it's proper for us.
Right. Again, so the little small section we visited, definitely not. Maybe there. Again, from what we saw, definitely not kid friendly. Again, but it is a very local area. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of people hanging out. Just families drinking, kids kind of playing in the sand.
Yeah.
And that was the first night we got here. We just arrived. We just got off the plane. Got to our Airbnb. We were hungry. It was about 7 o'clock, 6:30, 7. We said, okay, let's go. There's a little restaurant, block and a half from the Airbnb. Yeah. Let's go. We went there. Even Louie, like he always does. I'm hungry. Okay, let's go.
The taco
as soon as he saw the water,
gringa.
No, as soon as he saw the water.
Oh yeah.
He was like, nope, water. I want to go. I want to go to the beach. Yeah. That's sure. So he forgot his hunger. He was just ready to go play. So again, it was difficult to say no. But then we realized very quickly that the beach is maybe not the best for kids and for families. At least if you want to go in the water. Again, a lot of people hanging out outside, just drinking, partying, kids playing in the sand. I think there was a couple of musicians. So that part's cool.
Some people are smoking weed there.
But there's people smoking weed all over Puerto Vallarta.
But not that bad compared to Los Angeles when we were walking on the commercial street. That's everywhere. I don't think it's everywhere, but I do smell
every day.
Here there. You smell, but it's not like whole streets. You smell every 5 seconds. No, not that bad.
Yeah. And of course, I think after that, and we've been there many times after. Once we ate, we ate some good food. And we started kind of walking down the main avenue into the Malecon, right?
Yeah.
And, the Malecon, again, for those who may not know or have been here, it's probably the main place you need to go if you visit Puerto Vallarta. I mean, there's it's so much stuff happening. It's so much fun. It's very safe. Again, it's a closed off section where it's a boardwalk along the ocean. And there's food vendors and street entertainment and what else? People hanging out, people partying.
Yeah.
Again, there's all the kind of restaurants. If you go during different parts, they have those guys. I can't think the Valadores, I think. I'm probably saying it wrong right now, but the guys who swing down the pole.
Oh yeah,
right.
They're there every night.
Yeah, every night. There's the street artists who kind of do all the different poses and pictures. I mean, it's just fun.
It's fun.
It's a great place to go. People watch.
Yeah, the Malecon is not very long, but it's still good distance.
Oh yeah. It's a good distance from end to end. And there's that little section right in the middle that has all the clubs.
Oh yeah, that was loud.
Yeah, when you walk by, you hear it, you feel it. I mean, this is the bass is blaring, and they got the girls and guys dancing outside.
Yeah, you took some video of it. We were put it there.
Yeah. So I mean, the Malecon is definitely a place you need to check.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the best places to go and people watch and just have fun. And that's where we found the little market was right across the Malecon.
Yeah.
Where they had the food market and the dancing, and right now that's happening. I asked the guy when we got here because there was so much good street food there. Thursday to Sunday, right? Yeah. And we were there on a Sunday, and they just had a DJ, people dancing, awesome time. Louie was just dancing his heart out.
Yeah, it's not just for tourists. All the local, tourists, just you see the local grandma, grandpa, and their kids just hang around there. Yeah, people take some like grandma there who's sitting on the wheelchair, just have fun.
Yeah,
let them enjoy.
Yeah, be outside and enjoy. So and that's what else. Oh, and then the other beach we've been to, I know we kind of got off topic there, switch. We're talking about beaches. So we talked about Camarones, right, which is so friendly. And then there's Muertos Beach.
Muertos Beach, so far is the best in town. In town. I know the hotel area, they also have a pretty nice beach. We stayed there for the first time when we came here. And so
Muertos Beach, for those who may have seen pictures of Puerto Vallarta, that's where the big spiral pier is, where people kind of go off and boat. That's Muertos Beach, right? And again, the sand is definitely a lot softer. There's a little bit of rock, but it doesn't seem to be as like coarse or sharp. I mean, it wasn't really sharp in Camarones, but just a lot easier to kind of play in. And we've been there a couple of times. Louie has no problem with it. The sand is much softer.
The waves are not very strong.
No.
Yeah, the first time maybe was a little bit.
Second time I think it was lower tide, and so it wasn't so bad.
Yeah, once you're close to the pier, all the waves just calm down a lot.
Yeah.
That's why all the kids are stay by the pier.
Sure, it kind of breaks up the waves coming in.
And the locals come. I said, why so many people just stay in that area? Oh, sure, they got a shade just under the bridge.
Oh yeah.
That's where the locals hang out.
Yeah, and then kind of if you go further up the coast, then there's the Conchas Chinas. Which we went to, and we were not really impressed by.
I think we just went to the wrong section, but I did check on the Google map and some reviews. Some parts, it's still rocky. I checked the comments. It's still rocky with all the shears, which is the Conchas China means in Spanish, means the little wave, the white shears. So it's good for pictures.
Yeah, because there's a lot of kind of
rocks,
like outcroppings, they kind of shoot out. So again, look, it's very picturesque and very pretty. Again, and the water is actually pretty calm there. You saw people maybe like snorkeling. Could be good for snorkeling.
Yeah,
we're looking at it from the perspective of taking Louie out there and ourselves. Again, I think if you get past that little initial area and you want to go snorkeling, I think it could be good because there are a lot of rocks where fish like to hang out. The water is very calm and clear once you get past the initial shore, where there were a lot of shells and rocks again. So again, if you want to go with your kids and family to play in the shallow water, probably not the best place. I'm going to take a guess. Again, tell me if I'm wrong. You can probably better for snorkeling, right? Yeah. But I think the best beach we've been to is even further north, which is Gemelas.
Oh, that's the hidden gem.
Yeah.
I'm glad I found it thanks to YouTube. I found another lady's video. She talked about it. I don't know. So, okay, let's go there. It's so pretty. feel like you're in the Caribbean Ocean.
Yeah.
It's just sort of what? Caribbean in Puerto Vallarta?
Right, not really what you expect, right? And we showed up, and it's a very small stretch of beach. There's maybe 3 condos out there. It's maybe about 15 minutes outside north of town by taxi or bus. And again, it's just maybe 3-4 condos out there, buildings, and so they're kind of the main ones that use it. But they do have public access from the road, and it's just kind of the best combination. The sand is very soft and white.
The waves are big, though.
The waves kind of the couple of times we've been there have been so, but it's a shore break.
Yeah, right? It's a shore break.
So once you get past the shore, then the water is still pretty shallow. You can walk out, and for like we can walk out a good set, maybe 10, 15 meters, and it maybe comes up to our waist, chest max, and even for a few meters, like Louie can even kind of stand there once you get past the initial shore break. So once you're out there, it's very calm. It's very clear.
Very clear.
Again, once again, you could kind of float on top, and you can see the bottom, and the bottom at maybe, once you kind of get out, maybe 10 feet, 12 feet, I'm guessing, about 2-3 meters, about 3 meters, maybe 4, and you can still see the bottom. So it has that much clarity and visibility. Yeah. And again, when you look at it from afar, it's just kind of this real pretty greenish blue color.
Yeah, the color is beautiful.
So there's just so much good about it, and there's not a lot of vendors there.
Yeah, no.
There's one guy who sets up his table. Right, you come to me, and I don't have to sell you because I'm the only vendor out here, and he sells little fruit snacks and pineapples, So and there's one lady selling the umbrellas.
Yeah, but like we went there twice. We didn't rent the umbrella because there are shady areas.
Oh, there's a big shade tree.
Yeah, and then there's a tree in the end. Right. You can just sit there.
And then the condos pretty much give you shade till almost 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
So you can stay. You can just stay in the shade of the buildings.
Yeah.
And then by that time, it's time for us to go. We normally don't stay the whole day there.
Yeah, that beach is pretty.
Yeah, but it's definitely worth checking out. Yeah, Gemelas Beach, very beautiful.
We took a bus there for the second time. The first time we didn't know. We called Uber, taxi back. And the second time we found that the bus can directly go there from Romantic Zone, which is a destination stop here.
Right, the hub, right.
Then we got on it, got a seat, and it took all the way there. Maybe about 20 minutes.
Maybe about 20 minutes.
And then there's all the staircase we walk down. It's easy to get there.
Right. And so then I guess that kind of maybe transitioned nicely into the bus system here.
The bus.
Right. I think those are the most beaches we've been to. Yeah. But the good thing about where we're staying now is right outside our door is a bus stop.
Yeah, that's good.
And we have put Louie into a daycare while we're here. And again, but that's back on the other side of town. Now, the bus system here, I think, is pretty easy once you get to figure it out. I'm sure there's a little bit more to it, but there's 2 main routes. One that's kind of on the west side of town, which is by the Malecon and the main system, and the one that's on the east side of town that kind of goes through the back of Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah.
And those two, if you get on there, depending on where you have to go, it'll take you all the way across town. And they all pretty much end up at the Soriana or the Walmart, and some even go a little bit further, like to the marina, right? So it just kind of goes around, and then they kind of meet up on the other side of town. And those 2 main routes, once you kind of figure them out, they're pretty easy. And again, I'm sure there's another few that kind of goes through Sutren, so that may be a little bit more detailed. You may have to figure out, but at least for getting across town, those 2 are very easy. And how much does the bus cost?
10 peso. Yeah.
10 pesos, right? And that's even from going from here to Gemelas Beach, which is 15, 20 minutes outside of town. It's a 10 peso.
Yeah, and the bus ride is just so pretty. You got a seat, and you just got a sea breeze on your face, and you look at all the ocean by the cliffs, and it's just very pretty.
But no air conditioning.
But no AC. Yeah, you got the breeze in. But you got those hot moments when it's getting crowded or no breeze.
Yeah. So it can be pretty hot and humid.
It's 2-part. And someone said in Mazatlan they have a bus with
AC. That's what I was about to mention.
Here, no AC.
Definitely not here.
Yeah, they have a lot of things to improve. Like they don't announce the stops.
Oh yeah.
And when you're waiting at the bus station, normally there should be a big sign tell you how many stops and what's the name, and nothing, nada. And then you get on the bus, there's no big screen that next stop is give you some announcement. Nothing. No. You really need to watch out. Like Rod was using the Google Map, right? To see, oh, here we are. We're close. We're getting closer.
Yeah.
But if you don't know that, you will miss the stop.
Yeah, which I think is a good point. I think it's a good little hack, I guess, if you want to call it that. If you're able to access Google Maps, it has all the bus stops that are most, honestly, maybe like 95% of the bus stops are on there, so you can kind of see where you need to stop, especially if you're going further, or you're not too sure. I think we've become pretty familiar with it pretty quickly. It's easy to learn once you learn it. But when those first couple of days, again, with like Landy said, no signage,
Nothing.
no announcements, nothing. The buses come, they just kind of have some of the stops on the window of the bus. Some of them are there, some of them aren't there, some of them are scratched off, peeled off. So again, it can be a little overwhelming at first, but I think once you kind of figure it out, it actually is pretty simple.
I think that when I first studied the bus, that was at night, I checked some articles, and there's a C2014. And I've been telling Rod, take that bus. This can send Louie to the daycare. And we waited. There's no C2014. We don't even see the number until I see that on the front, it said the red cloth.
Yeah, which was our stop.
Yeah, which is, probably that one. Yeah, at the beginning, we were asking the driver, the bus go to the Cuba street? Yeah. And he said no. But actually, that's past it.
That is the street.
Yeah, he thought maybe you mean the bus goes through the Cuba street.
Yeah, or whatever he meant, they misunderstood. Again, that miscommunication.
Yeah.
But now we find out pretty much any bus that passes right by us, because we're right by the tunnel.
It's a tunnel, yeah.
That's going to take us, because they stop at every place. So now we figured out, you just walk out and get on the first bus that takes you there. And as long as it says Walmart, or like
Walmart, a tunnel.
As long as it's going that way, it's gonna stop at our stop. Very easy. And then we found that on the way back, it needs to say tunnel.
Same thing.
Right.
You have to read the one that said tunnel. If otherwise, it goes through
Central.
The whole Central. It's super slow
and hot. That was when it was real hot.
Super hot. Yeah, I feel like I'm in the steaming room for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, good experience.
Yeah. And so, I guess talking about the steaming and the heat, I guess that's one of the negatives of Puerto Vallarta.
Oh yeah.
If you have to take, but that's obvious, right? I mean, you're in a beach area by the coast.
Of course.
When you come, just be prepared for the humidity.
It's not a winter.
Right. And June is not even the worst time.
No, July is getting worse.
Right. July, August, I think is the worst time. But again, if you didn't know, that it's going to be hot. It's going to be humid. You're probably going to have to take, at least for us, we take at least 2, 3, 4 baths a day, at least just to rinse off. You go out and walk, you come back, you're just drenched. Just jump in the shower, rinse off.
Yeah.
So bring a lot of extra clothes.
Yeah, you need to bring a lot of underwear.
Yeah, because it's gonna be hot and humid. But overall, like I said, I think it's a fun city. I think there's lots of stuff to do. The humidity doesn't bother me as much.
But I think I'm so used to the beautiful weather in Queretaro. So once here, like,
she forgot where she came from.
Yeah, it's just so hot.
Like in Shanghai, hot and humid.
Yeah, that's why I stay in the house for whole time. I don't go out during the day.
Yeah, I guess when you're here in Puerto Vallarta, we're only here for a month. We feel that we want to get out a little bit more and kind of see. So we're kind of willing to brave the heat and humidity a little bit. We normally try to stay in between like 2 to 4, 1 to 4. We try to stay inside as much as we can. But a couple of times we have ventured out, for food or other things. But again,
middle of the day, it's a challenge.
Yeah. So of course, like I said, you should know that going to any beach. But in case you weren't, be prepared for the humidity.
Yeah, but the evening is pretty.
Oh yes.
Evening, go to the Muertos beach to watch the sunset. Wait for 8:45 p.m. That's the pirate boat came back. Then you see a few fireworks.
Oh yeah, it's about a 1 minute firework display.
Very little.
Yeah, but it's fireworks nonetheless.
But it's free.
Yeah, it's very pretty. And again, you have that nice sea breeze coming in, and so it's just very nice. It's still humid, but that breeze really makes it nice. And you can go out there and if you're right there by the not the Muertos beach, I think it's, I don't know the name of the beach of where the main Malecon is, where they have the entertainment center.
Yeah, I think it's another name. I forgot the name. It's not
it's not Muertos. It's kind of between Camarones and Muertos, whatever that beach is. We'll figure it out. We've never actually been to that beach. That's kind of where the main part of the Malecon is. And again, they have like the rocking horses, like kind of these public rocking horses that kids can get on. They have a little amphitheater where they have like shows. They have like clown shows and variety shows on the weekend, where lots of people just kind of hang out and watch the entertainment. And again, that's right across the street from the food center, the food court. Yeah. So that's really kind of the little main section area. That's really cool. It's right by the Arcos. Again, that's one of the big, what do you call it? Landmarks of the Malecon, which is the Arcos.
Oh yeah, everyone arches. Take a picture there.
Right.
So the Puerto Vallarta.
No, the arch. The arches, right behind the amphitheater. Right. That's kind of the big monument, and it's also very close to the Puerto Vallarta sign. Right. It's 50 meters down the Malecon. So it's right in that main little section. Just lots of fun stuff to do.
Yeah, and where else did we go? We took a bus all the way to Bucerias.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about Bucerias.
Yeah, sure. That was fun. Yeah, because I was thinking about maybe for the last week we're here, we can stay in Nuevo Nayarit or Buceria or both.
Yeah.
So let's go there to check it out first. No. And that really worth to stay there. See how we took the bus.
A little scouting trip. See, again, talk about the beaches. See how they are for Louie. Bucerias. The beaches seem to be very calm. Very calm. I think it'd be very family friendly, easy for Louie to go play in the water. Again, very soft sand. But it's definitely a little more of a still. And again, we're taking only maybe. We were there for maybe 3 hours, 4 hours. So again, we obviously don't have the full picture of Bucerias. Right. But again, just our impression of it is just
we're more in the central area.
Right, we're right in the central, right, kind of the golden zone they call it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more of a kind of a sleepy town, I guess, if you compare it to Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah.
Much more calm.
More calm. It's not a party town. It's more chill.
Right.
Yeah, there are lots of restaurants, beach bars just along the. Was it 5 miles or 3 miles? I forgot.
Yeah.
Somewhere there. Was very long. You can take a walk easily 40 minutes, 1 hour.
As long as you want, probably. If you want to walk 5 miles, go for it.
It's so much for us.
But yeah, it's very kind of peaceful and calm, right? Very again, the waves tend to be very gentle. The whole environment kind of seems a little bit more laid back. Granted, this was on a Friday afternoon. But we even talked to a gentleman on the way back, and he said, "Yeah, it's like you can go on a weekend, and it'll be just like this. It's never that busy."
Yeah, it's because I think it's stretched out.
It's also a small town, you know. Yeah. And it's just not. It doesn't have the vibe or the environment of like a place like Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, but I think the beach restaurant is so beautiful. If you are there, just pay a little bit more. It's not that much more, but you can have a really beautiful ocean view. Yeah. Like the restaurant we went.
Casa Jaguar.
Oh, that was awesome. Yeah. I love the ceviches they offer me. Yeah. And lots of waiters there are older gentlemen. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they good service, good food, reasonable price.
Yeah, it was very reasonable there. And it was like nice and clean, the restaurant.
Yeah. And they even offer us the bench. Like, oh, it's free. Yeah, you can use it. Yeah. Like a really nice lounge. Laying down chairs.
Yeah, the lounge chairs and umbrellas. So if you eat there, you're more than welcome to use the lounge chairs in front. Awesome. And they do one thing that they had there that shower. Yeah, that we haven't seen in Puerto Vallarta so far, unless we're just missing it. Yeah. When you get off of the beach in Puerto Vallarta, you don't see showers or place to wash off. It's kind of a bummer when you have to walk a good distance with a little toddler.
That's why we took the water there. I took a bottle of water, just rinse of Louie. For us, maybe okay, 10 minutes walk, but for little kids, just rinse them.
But in Bucerias, I actually saw in a lot of different locations. They had showers along a lot of the restaurants and the beachfronts where you could just kind of rinse off.
Even just a water hole. Even water hole. Yeah, that's offer that.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I've only seen it in one place, that little regatera, right on the Muertos beach. That the first time we went was broken.
Oh, the broken.
But again, I don't even know if I could fit in there. The stall. I looked at the stall. Again, you pay your 10 pesos and it's a little water. I mean, it's probably.
Oh no, that's not for you.
Just big enough I could maybe squeeze in there, but no way to rinse off. But besides that, and we did see one. Also, you have to pay. Was it Camarones beaches?
Maybe.
I think it's Camarones beaches. There was, and again, you have to pay 10 pesos and that one was a little bit more open, which is fine. I don't care. But that's the only two places I've seen.
We haven't seen a lot.
Right. So again,
but the Buceria, they offer that, everywhere. Which is sweet.
Right. Yeah. This is one of those little extra perks that you don't know you miss it until you don't have it. You know.
Yeah, and I feel all the vendors in Buceria are more aggressive. Like literally
in the market,
everyone talk to me.
Oh.
When we walk by, there's a little vendor selling souvenirs, clothing, everything's so colorful. Yeah, you're just walking by. I'm not even looking. Like I'm just walking. Just everyone say something to me.
Like really try to strike up a conversation. Right, it's not just like, hey, come in.
No, just we were in some conversation, take a video, and then they were just keep constantly like. And then later on, he asked me, "You want to go back to the market, take a walk?" I said, "No, I don't feel like that. It's too much. A little bit too much for me. Like every 5 seconds, there's a lady or a man talk to you.
Like really try to get you to come in."
Here in Puerto Vallarta area,
they don't talk to me this way. This is kind of like, "Hey, you want to come?" Oh, fuck it.
We walk by. I don't care. They're tired.
But again, my impression of that was just because of the amount of traffic. I think when we went, it was very slow, very good. Slow. So they're really trying to get you to come in. Again, Puerto Vallarta, they know they have the foot traffic, so they're just like, "You want to come? No, cool. Somebody else will come in." I'm not too worried about it.
Barely have anyone talk to me. Maybe just say hi. How was it?
Yeah. So again, I guess kind of winding down overall. What do you think?
think it's the first impressions.
First last impressions.
Yeah, there are pro and the cons. The cons are the Airbnb. The first one we booked was not good, and now this one just has a little bit of construction going on.
You may have heard it.
Yeah, and also the cobblestones.
Oh,
it's everywhere. Like if you have little kids with a stroller, it's a bummer.
Yeah.
And we were like,
it's a stroller killer.
It's a stroller killer city. Maybe only in this area. I think in hotel area that's much better. Which has a big wide avenue, but here little streets, a lot of staircase.
Yeah.
Well,
unless you want to carry your kid all the time.
Yeah, but like Louie, he doesn't really need a stroller. But kids got tired.
Once he gets
tired, can you hold me on your back? And I don't want to wreck his lower back again. It just happened. He's heavy. If you have a lighter kid, or they can walk for 1 or 2 hours, all right.
Yeah, and Louie is not a light 3-year-old. He's a big 3-year-old, and so
So that's kind of a bummer.
So if you have kids and you have a stroller, just be prepared. Especially in this area, I think central downtown, very cobblestone.
Very cobblestone.
It's gonna take a toll on your stroller.
Yeah, and the side streets are very narrow with some tree roots up and down. You gotta really just watch out a lot.
Kind of figure out a system how to work a stroller around.
Yeah, find a wider streets to walk on.
Yeah, but like I said, overall, I think it's a great town. I think it's fun. I think there's lots of things to do. You can walk out at any moment and just have some good food, or you can kind of run into a random party or a little entertainment. Not
many parks.
Not many parks.
Yeah, not many greenery parks.
Right. We've only run into maybe one.
Another one is a sports park.
Right, and they do have a little playground there, but the playground. When we say park, we also mean like a little playground for kids. I know people probably say, "We'll just take your kids to the beach," which is fine. But again, sometimes your kid just wants to climb, go down slides, and there's not really that for them. There's one in the Rio Quale, right on the island. Between the two rivers, there is one of this big sports complex. The big sports complex is pretty cool. I forgot the name of it right now. They do have a lot of different areas, like track and basketball, handball courts. We saw the playground there. The playground looked at best. And again, maybe there's some other ones that we're just not aware of. Obviously, we have not been all over town, so maybe they do exist. But just walking down the street, you definitely don't see them. I think that's kind of a Mexico thing. Again, a lot of places we've been to in Mexico, like even Centro Queretaro.
Yeah,
you don't see a lot of like good green space parks or playgrounds for kids to play. Again, that's a little con, but there's still lots of other things for him to do. I mean, you talk to Louie every day, and he's like, "Can we go to Rocking Horse? I want to go to Rocking Horse." He's happy with that.
He's happy with that.
Yeah, he'll go swimming. We have the rooftop.
That's good.
Yeah,
have a swimming pool. It's a plus.
Try to get a swim. If you have a kid, even if you don't, I think I would use a swimming pool every day.
Yeah,
because it's just so hot. It's a way to cool down and rinse off. It's definitely nice.
Swimming pool is it's a must for this
It's a big plus. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. But like I said, overall, we enjoyed it. Lots of real estate going on. We saw many new constructions. Real estate office is booming everywhere. The price is pretty high, especially in these areas. Right. I think we've talked about it. I mentioned it. We mentioned it to the guys upstairs last night. I mean, probably looking at entry level. If you want a new place, and again, even older places as well. You're probably looking at about $250,000-$260,000 just for a basic apartment. Kind of standard barrier of entry. You may find some stuff lower than that. Maybe older places, maybe, but even then, people know what they have. I think we saw that old apartment for rent. 26,000 pesos.
Crazy. Yeah, for that old apartment.
I know it was an old apartment. Maybe it was big. We couldn't see the whole thing inside, but it just seemed way crazy. 26,000 pesos. I mean. What that's
like $1,400.
$1,400. And again, for it, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, the rent here are pretty high.
Yeah,
I know in the central area, easily 1,000 or 1,500. You need something nicer, 1,500 and above.
Yeah, so that's kind of the little take on real estate there. If you're interested in renting or staying,
right.
We talked to the one waiter who said, you could probably find a place, maybe for like 9,000-10,000 pesos, like for a one bedroom,
right?
For a decent place, he was saying. But again, that was a waiter saying, we don't know exactly what that standard means. But usually they talk about nice areas like Fluvelia or Versailles. So maybe you can find them.
You can find some maybe 1,200.
Right.
Yeah. For nice, but not brand new. They are kind of old condominium area.
And for some people that's fine. I guess it all depends on what your standard is and what you want.
Yeah.
Again, you can there's usually something for everybody, but I think in general, you're gonna pay a lot more for even like an average apartment.
The cost of living is also higher. Really depends on where you go. Like we went to the Mercado.
Yeah.
I would find that the meats here are more expensive than
Queretaro.
Bought in Queretaro.
Which seems odd because Queretaro doesn't really have anything as far as its own industry, as far as agriculture, right? Like, Queretaro doesn't have its own farming industry. Queretaro doesn't have its own ranching industry, like meats. And you would think, Jalisco is definitely more, has a better environment for growing its own food or having its own food, I would think. But everything seems to be more expensive here.
Especially normally you go to local Mercado, you're expecting something more reasonable. It's for the locals.
Right.
But what we paid for it, I feel it's just higher, maybe 20% higher than the meat we paid in Queretaro.
Well.
But vegetables are pretty similar, vegetable and fruits.
Well.
Yeah. But local tacos price is pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Also really depends on where you go.
Yeah.
The further you go along the beach side, the more. Like for fish taco, they charge at least the 210 pesos.
Yeah, again, 210 minimum for three fish tacos. And,
but here downstairs we pay 20 pesos each.
20, 30 pesos each,
20
right?
to 30.
Oh yeah, they're so good. So
really good.
So many different varieties. You're making me hungry. I'm gonna go eat there right now. So that's kind of our first impression of Queretaro.
Queretaro, Puerto Vallarta. You miss Queretaro.
Our first impression of Puerto Vallarta. The good and the bad, just as we see it. We still have about 3 more weeks here. So again, maybe things will change. Maybe we'll have a kind of a wrap up. Like, all right. Anything you see different?
We're gonna make a few videos out of it. Puerto Vallarta.
Oh yeah, we have enough footage for sure, and and I still want to try to go up into the mountains and do something up there.
Yeah, we still haven't go to the Yalapa yet.
And Yalapa,
make a trip
do a little boat ride.
Yeah,
there's still lots of things to do here.
Maybe a pirate boat.
Yeah, I think Louie would really like that.
Yeah,
it's a little bit expensive, but
oh yeah, I think we're gonna make a bargain there.
I think it's about 140, 150.
Oh, yeah, it's quite expensive.
About 140, 150 US dollars. Per person, but again, if you're 2 people and you have a child under 11, they can go for free.
Yeah,
but we'll probably go.
And where that's a tourist area,
right?
You want to get the experience, you pay for it,
right? And they take you out to the private beach and stuff, so that should be fun. Anyway, so we'll be back. Again, we'll definitely kind of give you our wrap up of the whole time we've been here, and this is just our little first 8 days here that we'll call it. Overall, we're enjoying it.
Overall, it's good.
Yeah, I think definitely fun town. Definitely worth visiting, checking out. We give it our, whatever it means, we give it our approval.
Yeah, it's especially for short term.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. For a whole year long living here, I don't see myself.
Could be a different story.
It's a little bit too much.
Yeah.
But for a few months,
sure.
1 or 2 months, probably I can do that.
All right, let us know what you think. Again, have you been to Puerto Vallarta? Things we missed, things we should see. Agree, disagree with any of our comments, let us know. We appreciate it. And we'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye.